Welcome to my channel. My name is Olusola, and on this channel I talk about my life as a freelancer and all the challenges and fun of adulting in Nigeria. If this piques your interest, please consider subscribing. Okay, welcome to 2025. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and to your family. I hope you are doing fine. I hope everything is fine with you and your family. Today, I'm going to talk about 10 things I'm changing in 2025. When I got the idea for this topic, I wanted to be fancy, and discuss 25 things I'm changing in 2025. But then I realized that there is no way I'm going to keep up with 25 different things this year. If I should decide to do that, I'll probably leave some off. I decided to pick 10 things that I know that I'll be able to follow through on. So I have my list here because I don't want to miss out on anyone. So if you see me looking in this direction, it's because I'm checking my list to see that I am on point. So without wasting your time, let's go into it. The first thing that I'm going to change in 2025 is to change my sleeping pattern. I need to heal my sleeping pattern because for going on a decade now, I've been having issues with sleeping, not sleeping. I'm an insomniac. It's not a title I cherish. It's not something I love, but it is what it is. But the last 2 years, things have become so bad that I don't get to sleep. Most nights I don't get to sleep up to 3 hours throughout the whole night. And the sleep is so broken that I wake up feeling tired, unrefreshed. So I know that I need to heal my sleep cycle, and that is one thing I'm going to work on this year. So I'm going to make sure that I have a dedicated sleep time and a dedicated wake up time. It's not as easy as anyone might envisage for you to be able to get into bed and sleep, but I'm going to make sure that I get into bed by a certain time and I stay there whether the sleep comes or not, and then I wake up by a certain time. So that is the first thing that I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is to stop doom scrolling in the sense that I need to reduce my daily screen time. Right now, I spend up to 14 hours every day using the screen, whether on my computer or on my phone. And I realize that it's really telling on me. It's telling on my health. It's telling on my eyesight. It's telling on the way I'm functioning. So I'm looking to reduce this to a maximum of 9 hours a day, including the time spent on my computer, a maximum of 9 hours a day. So I'm going to work on that, just do whatever is necessary only. Any frivolous activity that involves screen, especially now this time around I'm talking about my phone, is going to be out. The third thing that I'm going to change this year is to stop eating by 7:30 p.m. Because I don't sleep early, I've also fallen into that habit of late night snacking. So 10 p.m. all the children of God are asleep. I'm wide awake. 11 p.m. responsible people are asleep. I'm awake. Midnight, even the night owls are asleep. I'm wide awake, and by then I want to snack. I'm reading my fridge. I'm reading my food cupboard. I'm looking for something to eat. And there have even been instances, as embarrassing as this is, there have been instances when I have gone by 2 a.m. to warm rice or to make eba to eat. There was a night that was the most ridiculous ever. It was almost 3 a.m. and I went into the kitchen, and there was nothing that I could eat. And I looked and I saw yam. I looked, I saw oil, and I fried yam. 3 a.m. I was frying yam to eat. So that is ending with 2024. In 2025, no more food after 7:30 p.m. If I need to eat anything, I drink water, as many bottles as possible, and I drink my herbal tea, chamomile. That's a preference. Okay, the fourth thing that I'm going to change is that I'm going to ensure that once I wake up, I go outside before 8 a.m. This is also tied to my healing, my sleep cycle, because there have been instances where I've spent 5 days straight indoors, not going out. It's not helping my body to really balance, to know, okay, this is daytime, this is nighttime. So what I'm going to do is to ensure that before 8 a.m. I get out of the house and I go so that I see the sun. I stare at the sun stares at me. I stare back at the sun stares back at me. And then my body can acknowledge that, okay, it is daylight, right? I'm going to ensure that I do that. I will also do that to be able to get the fresh air that comes with it. The number 5 thing that I'm going to do is to read my Bible daily. I'm a Christian and I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. But as embarrassing as it is, I have fallen into the habit of joining online prayers, so much so that because I joined this preaching online, this worship session online, that revival online, I have neglected my own personal study time with God, and this is something I'm going to work on in 2025. It is to be able to go back into the Bible, discover the Bible for myself, by myself, discover the message behind the message, learn God for myself, away from following after worship sessions, away from prayer sessions. These are good, but I'm going to make sure that this year I do more of one-on-one Bible study time. The number 6 thing that I'm going to do is to reduce my true crime podcast consumption. This is a terrible addiction that I have. I'm addicted to true crime podcasts. Whether here on YouTube or on my podcast channels, I listen to them all the time, as many as 12 or 10 in a week at times. And I realize that it begins to affect me. It begins to make me overthink a lot of things, because when you are exposed to listening to criminal activities, crime done, it has a way of messing with your mind, and I want to take back my mind this year. I'm still going to listen to them, but I'm going to put a cap on it. Just one episode every week. Anything after that, no. I'm not going to it. One episode per week, and that is it. The number 7 thing that I'm going to do is to start a weekly pedicure routine. Yes, I know. I'm late to the party, I know. I recently did my pedicure, and believe me, it was so beautiful. The way I felt after that session was no longer about just my feet. It was like it transformed the way I felt about myself. And I would just look at my feet and I would smile and I was so happy. And I decided that I'm going to start a weekly pedicure session. Most of them will be at home. I've been able to get some things that I can use, but I'm going to pamper myself. I'm going to pamper my feet every week without fail. So girls, if there's a way if there's something you've been looking out for to just pamper yourself, just try. Do a weekly pedicure. Just do it at home. You feel so refreshed, like you feel happy about yourself. Try that in this 2025. Number 8, I'm going to start a box garden. My mom was a gardener. In fact, I think if I should describe her, I would describe her as the constant gardener. My mom always had a garden wherever we lived, no matter how small the patch of land could be, any available land, no matter how small. I mean, we lived in a compound where the entire compound floor was cemented, and then there was like a tiny portion. There was a tiny portion that was just about, was not even up to a meter. I think in thickness is like 0.4 meters, just like a tiny strip. And my mom still planted quite a lot, planted okra, planted peppers, planted some vegetables. So this year I'm going to start a box garden. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to make that effort to do that. It will be, it's something that I love to see plants growing. I really enjoy that, but I have never really taken the time to do that by myself. And right now I feel maybe because my mom passed a few years ago, I also feel maybe this would be a way to like remember her and feel closer to her. So I'm going to do that this year. The number 9 thing I'm going to do is water. I'm going to increase my water intake. I used to be a water drinker. In fact, they had a nickname for me when I was growing up. They used to call me Olomi, not as a positive thing. Like in my family, it was like a negative thing. They were always shouting, "You drink too much water. You drink too much water," and I did. I loved water. I still like water. However, what I realized is that since I became an adult, and especially since I got into drinking different kinds of tea, my water drinking has suffered as a result. And right now, most days, I don't even drink up to 1.5 liters, which is not good enough. So this year, I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to ensure I increase my water consumption to 2.5 liters, regardless of whether we're in the dry season or the rainy season. I'm going to work on increasing my water intake. If you stay this long, I just want to say thank you so much. I do not take your time for granted. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Now, what's the last thing that I'm going to change in 2025? It's not so much as a change as incorporate. I'm going to incorporate dancing. I'm going to start one woman dance sessions, dance parties, call it whatever you want. Dance is something that gives me joy. I enjoy seeing people dance, but because I've never seen myself as a dancer, I do not dance. However, this year I'm deciding that I'm going to dance just for the heck of it. I'm going to dance just because I want to dance. So I'm going to make sure that every week I have at least one dance session. Anywhere in my bedroom, in my living room, I'm going to put on some music and I'm just going to dance for the sheer fun of it. It doesn't matter whether the dance makes sense, it doesn't matter whether it follows the beats of the song or not. No, I'm just going to dance. These are the 10 things I'm going to incorporate in 2025. And I know you're probably wondering that these are very simple things. What's so special about them? The truth is nothing. There is nothing special about all these things. But I'm not looking to revolutionize anything. All I want to do is to make little changes that I know will help improve my life, my health, and in the long run, my productivity. I so much love the 1% rule, that when you make a change of 1% and you are consistent with it, then with time, that 1% will move on and transform into a big change, a noticeable change. And that is what I'm trying to do with these 10 changes that I'm going to make. So tell me about you. Are there things you are going to change in your life in 2025? Tell me about them in the comment section. I'll be waiting to read your responses. And if you have not, kindly consider subscribing. And also, if you did enjoy this video, please like. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next time very, very soon. Bye.